Hey guys, it's Brent, and if you hear noise in the background, it's just my brother playing video games. So if you hear him screaming, don't worry about it. But anyway, Game of Thrones is back. We are at season 7. Wow. Um, this isn't going to be a breakdown because everybody has already done so many wonderful breakdowns. I don't feel the need to do a breakdown, so I thought I would just give you guys my thoughts on the episode. And this should be obvious, but spoiler warning for season 7, episode 1. If you haven't seen it and don't want to be spoiled, uh, save this video for later. But anyway, okay. So, I really liked this episode. I know a lot of people really weren't all that impressed. Um, but for a first episode, objectively, it was a really good episode because think about it this way, guys. They just set up basically the entire season in one episode. And now it's going to be bam, 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 bam. At least that's what it should be now. If they play their cards right, which, I mean, they usually do, objectively. Though there's some issues that they could work on with storytelling, but that's neither here nor there. I really liked this episode. I thought a lot of the visual effects were really, really, really cool. Like the scene with the whites and the like fog and everything, that was visually very, very, very stunning, and I loved it. People are complaining about the Ed Sheeran? I don't know how to pronounce his name. People are complaining so much about that cameo, and I don't understand why. Just because he was a surprise for Maisie. It wasn't meant for us to critique. It was to give Maisie. I believe it was her birthday, the day they filmed that scene, and so she loves Ed Sheeran, however you pronounce his name. She really likes him. I just don't see a problem with it. People were complaining that, oh, it took me out of the story because it was just so blatantly, him. Uh, while I respect that opinion, does Walder Frey take you out of the illusion? Because he was in Harry Potter, as was Osha, the wildling, who is, no longer in the show. She played Tonks in Harry Potter. And Walder, the actor that plays Walder Frey, played Filch, the squib from Harry Potter that just kind of ran around being bitter and ruining all the children's days, I guess. Does that take you out? Because I don't see how it's all that different. And the Grand Maester was also in Harry Potter. A lot of people in Harry Potter are in Game of Thrones. I never really thought about it until now, but the new Maester that Sam was talking with, he played Professor Slughorn in Harry Potter. Does that take you out of the illusion? Does that break your illusion? I don't know. I think that's a weird critique to make. I think that's a very nitpicky thing. But Arya, that first scene, the opening scene where I think we all knew it was coming. I think we all knew it was coming and it was going to be like that. I'm so glad that we got to see Arya get her revenge on the phrase finally. All that build up and all that payoff. It was so worth it. I loved it. And I'm glad that she didn't kill that girl. Like, the girl didn't really do anything. She was just kind of an innocent bystander. I think that Arya mostly kept her alive just to, have her deliver that line, tell them winter came for House Frey, tell them the North remembers. I thought that scene was so freaking cool. And we get to say goodbye to Walder Frey, which is bittersweet because he's one of those people that I really, really love to hate. And yeah, that's my thoughts on the whole Arya aspect. Jon and Sansa. People are saying, oh, this is just build up for when Sansa betrays Jon. I really don't understand why everybody is so fixated on this idea of Sansa betraying Jon. She knows that Jon is her family, and she knows the value of family. And she knows that Littlefinger can't be trusted, which was made evident in the Winds of Winter last season, but I know people keep insisting because everybody hates Sansa because they don't understand what, character development is, but that's just me. Okay. There were a lot of really funny moments that really kind of balanced out the seriousness of this episode really, really well. Euron, I expected to see him. I didn't expect to see him this early, so that was kind of a not a pleasant surprise, because, when I said I wanted more Greyjoys HBO, I didn't mean Euron Greyjoy. I meant Theon and Yara, but, I gotta take what I can get, and, he was really funny. I never read Euron as, this funny haha guy, but, the actor that they got to play him, it seems that they're taking a different spin on Euron for the television show, which is cool, and I have a bit more of higher hopes for Euron as a character in this show, because when he was first introduced, he kind of came out of nowhere, and if you hadn't really read the books, you wouldn't know, oh, that's Euron. But yeah, he was really funny. Throwing shade at Jaime, mad shade at Jaime. He has got two good hands, and that was savage. That was the closest to Euron, now that I think about it, that the show has portrayed so far. But they're gonna change characters for TV, and that's cool. That's cool. That's just a product of the medium that we're in here, guys. It's not a book. It's never going to be A Song of Ice and Fire. It's Game of Thrones. It's its own separate entity. Let's see, what else can I talk about? The Hound. The Hound, when they were back in the house where he robbed the man a few seasons back with Arya, and he came back and they were dead. Presumably of the father's, own hand. It was heavily implied. And, man, that's sad. The Hound was right, but I think he has some serious remorse. And I think he's kind of turning into a believer. It looks like Sandor Clegane is finally going to start believing in the Lord of Light, which is totally cool. I can't wait to see where that goes. Dragonstone. Dragonstone was a lot of fun. to return to. I forgot how beautiful the set for Dragonstone was. And although I really don't like Dany anymore, just from a plot perspective and a character perspective, I'm just not that big of a fan anymore of Dany. If you like Dany, no shade to you, but I took down my Targaryen banners way back in season 5 when I realized all she was gonna do was burn people until she got her way. And I mean, it got her to Dragonstone, so I mean, it's not how I would choose to get there, but hey, she got there. And let's see. Okay, so Dragonstone. Yeah, those are basically my thoughts. Let me know what you guys thought of the first episode. Did you like it? I know a lot of people were kind of disappointed, but you know, first episodes aren't really meant to be this big, huge thing with Game of Thrones. It's not supposed to be this big, huge comeback. Usually, the payoff episodes are later on in the season, but now that we really have to dwindle it down, it's going to be action from here on out, I think. And in regards to the plot leak, I just want to touch on this real quick. I still have a heavy dose of skepticism, just because a lot of the plot leak, while it made sense with the first episode, I think if a book reader made this plot leak, it's not hard to hypothesize a lot of these things, like they got the Karstarks and the Umbers, yes, correct, yes, but that can easily be from book stuff. Very, very lucky guess. Daenerys saying, "Shall we begin?" at the end of the episode. Again, it's predictable writing. It's not. What else would she say in that sort of situation? She came home. She has her entire council. She's on the throne. She sees this beautiful table, and she says, "Shall we begin?" While that does coincide with the plot leak, like I said, it's lucky guesswork. Maybe I'm just in really hardcore denial because I really don't want the plot leak to be true. But let me know what you guys thought, and until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next video real soon because I'm filming a video again as soon as I stop this one. But see you then, guys. Love you.